Now, thanks for tuning in to a brand new episode of the Miss P Show. Once again, I'm taking you outdoors and we're in the market space where we're going to learn how to make cocktails. On today's episode, before we get on to doing that, we're going to discover what happened during Senior Pastor's event in Yaoundé. It didn't quite turn out the way he wanted to, but there was an amazing lesson he learned that Cameroonian comedians can hold down an event from start to finish, just them. And before that, on social media, there's a young guy who caught our attention. Now, he jumps off, taking off his shirt, he replicates what artists wear. He's a comedian on so many platforms, he sings a lot of music, he raps. But what I got to know about him is he's studying to be a medical doctor. Would you trust a comedian and a singer to be a medical doctor in hospital? I don't know. Let's check out Danny.
Danny Green Fresh King. Whoa.
I'm a medical student. I graduated last year as a radiation therapist and I furthered my studies to become a technologist. My profession is medicine as a medical practitioner, but my professional hobby, I have a lot of professional hobbies which have pushed me so far by reaching people as a comedian, as an actor, as an artist.
Give me your coat. Your coat. Give me your coat. Your coat.
My coat?
Yes.
No, I'll die here.
No.
To choose between medicine and entertainment, I would choose medicine. My take in that with the Western world and where we are now, you know, there are two different people, two different cultures, and they know what the child needs. They study the child, they know this child likes to do this, and they drive the child towards that. But here, we haven't had that culture in our parents here. Let me take an example like in Nigeria. In Nigeria, when a father can have 6 children, and he looks at them and he sees that this one likes education from childhood, and this one likes business. Straightforward from childhood, he or she is sent to do business or trade. And they make it. But here, it's all about education. They feel like you have to go to school by force. And then when you go out of school, instead of you to find something to do, they end up loitering around. You know, our parents don't orientate us. There's nothing like orientating children when they are younger. Like if a child is 6 years old, you try to ask him, do you want to do this? Do you love this? Nobody does that here. They just like, you need basic education. Not everybody has to go to school. So it's an obligation for our parents to know how to orientate their children. And it's also an obligation for the children to know, to think about their future, to focus, do things that matter. Which do I enjoy the most between music, comedy, acting, and being a medical personnel? They all work for the same purpose. Because the comedy part of me is actually a therapy for me. You know, I grew up as a broke kid. I grew up in a difficult life where you don't have anyone to cater for you except your parents, and your parents don't have anybody to cater for them except themselves. So it was difficult for me. When I discovered my talent as a comedian, I used this for myself. You know, when you grow up hard, you have this bitterness in you that everything makes you angry. Because you feel like you don't have the same opportunity with others. You feel like you're angry with your parents, you're angry with your surrounding, you're angry with yourself. Why are you born in this situation? That's when depression sets in, and that's when failure sets in. If you don't realize your inner strength, you fail. The thing I regret the most right now, that should be being, I don't know, I have a lot of regrets. I'm thinking about the one I regret most. My father asked me to go in for Qs, and I refused that year that I want to go in as a paramedic. So that year he was ready to send me to school, and I didn't accept his offer. I later regret why I didn't. The first artist I listen to every day is Lil Wayne. I listen to Lil Wayne every time. I'm never bored to listen to him. I buy his music. And then the second artist is Frank Edward. Same thing, I can listen to Frank Edward from week to week. And then the last artist at the top 3 is Jovi. I listen to Jovi and I relate with him. My top 3 comedians are, the first one on the list is Kevin Hart. I follow him up. And then the second is Bovi. And the last is Nee. My biggest fear is failure. I'm allergic to failure. I don't want to fail. I have a lot of people who look up to me. You know, it's different when you come from a rich family. It's different. But when you know that you're a redeemer, you need to save your generation. You know that no, your family needs a Messiah. Then you need to fight failure, because failure will be there waiting for you. Failure will be there teasing you around, showing you wrong options. So my greatest wish is that Cambodian youths, they should find themselves. Because when you look at the environment, you see a lot of failed destinies, people who are lost. They don't know what they are doing. They just do it because they feel like they should do this as is the last option they should follow. Find yourself.